hospitality and K-Rock News. Asterix Wholesale Business Supplies, North Geelong.
Cloudy this afternoon. Hey, it's Cheandre from the newsroom. A driver's crashed into a power pole in Corio. Emergency services were called to Purnell Road just before 12, with reports one person was trapped inside. Power Corps has been contacted for comment. Inflation has increased to its highest level in more than 3 decades. Latest figure shows CPI, the Consumer Price Index, increased to 7.3% for the year to September, mainly driven by higher housing, petrol and food costs. Federal Treasurer Jim Thomas says inflation will get worse before it gets better. Premier Daniel Andrews has defended the bulk of the state's infrastructure funding going to the suburban rail loop. In the federal budget, $2.2 billion will go to the first stage of the rail loop. The federal government has also committed to the second stage of the Bowen Heads Road duplication and the Camerons Lane interchange at Beveridge.
First budget after any election, whether it's a federal election or a state election, is usually always dominated by the promises that were made. Well, that's terrific, done. Now we want to move on. You've delivered on your promises, and now we want to make sure that we get our fair share in your second budget and your third budget. So it is not so much a reflection on the budget, it's a reflection on the commitments that were made.
Meantime, petrol prices are starting to move in Melbourne, and there are fears Geelong outlets will soon follow suit. Unleaded's now selling for $2.15 a litre in pockets of Melbourne. Here in Geelong, the average is sitting at around $1.76. And the downpour continues across the state, with flash flooding hitting Melbourne's east. Lilydale received more than 40 mils of rain in just 30 minutes last night. Vanessa Ratcliffe owns Lux Aesthetics in Lilydale and says she's been wiped out.
We were there till about 10 o'clock last night, just trying to get as much water out as we could, but it's expensive. All my products and machinery, and then for damage to the actual building, all the floor has been pulled up by the force of the water. All the floorboards have been pulled up.
K-Rock Sport. VFA Learning, Geelong's only in-person fitness course.
Tom Hawkins is set to undergo surgery on an injured foot. The Cats confirming that the forward was expected to be available to play early next season. New North Melbourne coach Alistair Clarkson will officially start at the club next week. His start date was delayed pending an investigation of racism allegations from his time at Hawthorn. Clarkson looks forward to now having a platform to reveal some truths behind recent racism allegations laid against him.
I just need to speak to our lawyers and also the AFL and the club. If somewhere along the line we get the opportunity to return to work, then that would be great as well. But our priority is to make sure that we cooperate fully with the investigation.
And in cricket, a relief for the Aussies after defeating Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in a T20 World Cup match in Perth. That's the latest news and sport. Check out our website for more.
K-Rock Surf Report. Sombrero, Kingston Village, Ocean Grove. Best burrito in town.
G'day, this is Ben from Swellnet looking at the surf coast, and it's a weak afternoon of small waves in Torquay. Surf size is holding in and around the half-a metre range at the wide open beaches, but there's just a leftover wind swell, so quality is low. Fairhaven has small peaks for beginners, otherwise it's really not worth your time and effort. Now look ahead, here's for tidy conditions tomorrow, with peaks not due later Friday and into Saturday. That's the latest surf.
K-Rock weather.
Geelong Bank's 1-2 home loan. 1% less for 2 years.
A shower or two today, top of 20. Tomorrow, a shower or two, 18. And right now in Geelong, it's 17.